After tons of wires and tons of hardware, we are back in business. So let's do this. Welcome, 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 welcome to So You Can. My name is Anna, and we are going to be making the treats for my boo Kimberbell event. So everybody should have their little kits, because we are going to open them up today, and we are going to make the felt pocket, the trick-or-treat little tote, but we are actually going to start with the spider jar topper. You're going to have to open your kit. So take your kits, open them up. Time to break the seal. I know it has started. She does give you a little jar. You are going to take that out. It is a standard jar top. I know that her designs are wide mouth and standard. We are doing the standard. You are going to find your really cute collectible pin. So get that out. I'm gonna wear it. So just clean up my little area. Okay, so let's move our fun stuff and let's get making. Right? Are you guys ready to get started? Let's get started. So I have forgotten to tell you to get your instructions out. So they are crammed in there. They get a little crinkled, but you can iron them straight if you like. Your paper tape, put that in your handy dandy Kimberbell tape dispenser. I still have some left from our last project, so I'm going to just set that to the side. The two stabilizers we're going to use is your light mesh cutaway, and we are also going to do your wash away. We are going to start with the wash away. Hoop that into a 5x7 embroidery hoop. So you just lay it down. And she usually uses the wash away if it is something that she doesn't want any stabilizer to be visible. Because you can see here that the little spider legs, the edges, if we did a tearaway or a cutaway, you would be able to see it. Unless you did the black one, the stabilizer, you could do that, but she has just decided to do it really easy peasy and use the wash away. Okay, and it's time to wake her up. We are going to be using the Solaris Vision to make this. I know it's a beautiful machine. It is Babylog's top of the line. I really enjoy it because the screen's really big, so you guys can see exactly what I see. So whatever you have at home, I'm sure is wonderful. Because I guess the only embroidery field that you need to do this is a 5x7. So we are going to go to embroidery files. Mine reads PES. If you are new to your machine, you might want to check your manual, see what yours reads. We are going to do the regular mouth jar. And the first one we do is these really fun little squiggly spider legs. So you can see it there. That's the file that you want to pull up, okay? So let's close that. press. So we are all set to get started on our cute little jar topper spider. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to hoop your wash away stabilizer. And you're going to notice that your kit, when you laid it out, has 3 black with white polka dots, tiny dots, 1 piece of felt. They had made an oopsie at Kimberbell. You're going to find that little notice there. We're just going to set that off to the side. And inside your little kit bag, you're going to find this piece on its own. You're just going to take that out. And we are set to go. So our first stitch is just a placement stitch, so we know where to place our felt. So this part, you're going to see we're actually going to take it out of the machine's embroidery bed, and we're going to put our felt on top. And we're just going to tape. I don't think you need to iron it. I think just hand flattening it is just fine. Now, because this is the back of our hoop, I am going to tape my corners. There is nothing worse than think you are rocking out and having a great time, and then you take your hoop out and you look at the back and it is just, it's a nightmare back there. So we're just gonna make sure we tape those corners, right? Lock it in. Take a little peek, make sure it's all good. And we're just gonna stitch our little spider legs again. So this next step is very easy. You're just going to change your black bobbin out for a white. And that's it. We're just going to put your hoop back in, lock it in, and we're just going to start again. And you'll see, oh, it didn't cut, so I'll have to get that. So that is what we got, and the reason we did the white is because it is actually going to show us exactly where to cut. So we're just going to cut right on the white. Your white stitches, you're going to run your scissor blade right on the white. Now, Halloween is all about a little bit of spooky and a little bit of magic. And since I'm a witch this Halloween, I have a magical twig. Wanna see how it works? Come on, you gotta say the magical words with me. I'm a little sneaky. I'm a little spooky. And when the stars are bright and the moon is full, I will leap out of my shadows and scream. Well, wasn't that a lot easier than cutting it out? So now that you got your cutie little spider legs done, let's do the body. So let's put our little spider legs in a safe spot so we don't lose them. This time you're going to get your light mesh cutaway and we're going to stabilize that. And we are going to pull up our little spider. So that is this one here. So there you can see that that is the face of our cute little spider. And then we're going to put the legs on after. So on your instructions, we are going to peel our clear plastic off of our glitter sheet. And there's a reason why she always says this part first. It's so you don't forget. So just take your clear, throw that in your little rubbish bin, and we are hooped. Load the embroidery files, stitch the placement line. So you're going to change your thread from black to white. And we're going to place our first piece of fabric covering our placement line. So there isn't anything to do here. We just need to press start again. And one more time, we just press start. So this time you're going to put your foam that was in your kit and you're going to place that down. And we're going to pull it out. And we have to trim our foam away. And the foam does okay, so you can trim it pretty close to the stitch lines. And now it's going to show us where to place our little spider legs. So we'll have to get those out. Okay, so we're gonna take our little spider legs and we're gonna tuck them in, and we are gonna tape. Tape, 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 tape. She has us using lots of tape because we don't want those little spider legs to get folded in and get stitched over. So now we have to put our clear topper and we're going to stitch that down. No regrets though when it comes to this part and using lots of tape. There is no regrets. So now all we're going to do is we are going to tack down those little spider legs so they stay where they should be. So once you have everything taped down, you're gonna see that this is where it's gonna stitch your little spider legs. So you're gonna change your thread to black and you're gonna put it under there and you're just gonna press start. So when you get to this point, we're going to remove the inner topping just inside the little spider's face. And then we're going to take our other black fabric and we're going to put that right over top. There is a lot of layers of tape on this one. So now you're just going to press start. So we're going to pull it back out. We're going to remove our tape. And this time, you're going to trim around And this is what the clear topping was for, so that way you could slide your scissors through here and you didn't accidentally cut one of your little spider's legs off. That sounds like a really horrible thing to say out loud. But this way. I know what she was thinking. She was thinking of us with love when she wrote that design. Stitch time. This is gonna take a while. I'm just gonna speed it up and use a little bit of magic. Done! Wasn't that nice? Okay. Now we have to deal with all this tape. It all has to come off. And we're just gonna stitch the little eyes. And this is where your white glitter sheet comes in. Okay, it's time to do some magic. Okay, you got your purple thread in because it is time for the eyes. Okay, one more thread change. That's it. This is the last step. And what do you think? Now my little spider has a friend. So you just take it out. And this is where it gets tricky, because you have to trim right close to those details, but you don't want to trim those cute little legs. There we go. So we put it on there. Now comes the hard part. And I think this is going to be easier with a piece of tape. I'm just going to play a little bit of peekaboo. Line it up as best as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Ooh. This is the source of my magic. It's chocolate. I hope you guys bought yourselves a couple of treats to set out while you guys were making this. Halloween does only come once a year. We're allowed a little bit of chocolate, aren't we? There it is. Oh, it is so super cute. Okay. 1 project done, 2 to go. Let's make those heartfelt pockets. All right, they are done. I hope yours looks as good as mine. Anyway, now it is time for project number 2. So open your packs, get in there, and get your Hocus Pocus gift pocket bag, and it looks like this. So inside, you have a piece of clear vinyl. You have a piece of glitter sheet. White on black tiny dots. And you have felt, black felt. So you're gonna have to get that out. So, first things first. Your white with black tiny dots needs to be ironed with Kimberbell's fusible backing. And you're just gonna cut it to the same size. You're gonna iron it on, no steam. And let's see how good my magic is. Hocus Pocus. There it is. Ironed on, ready to go. I hope you guys was as easy as that. So you're gonna need water wash away or water soluble thread on your bobbin, and you'll see why. I have all the colors laid out in the front. You need 2 different shades of yellow, 2 different shades of purple. You need an orange, a black, and a white. And you can pick what yours is. But, when we had our in-class session, everybody did something different. And it was the background quilting. This is where you can be unique. Go to your stash and pick either an orange or a variegated or green. I thought this project needed green. So I'm gonna do all my quilting in a very nice, beautiful, spooky green. Let me get one. Woo. There it is. There's my green. And that is what I'm going to do my quilting with. Okay, everybody, to your seats, and let's make magic. Okay, so our very first step is we are going to hoop our wash away into our hoop. So we are doing the front of the pocket first. All this beautiful. So most of it is just going to be color changing, thread changes. So maybe I'll do a little bit of magic on that just to make the video a little shorter. But yes, let's get started. So you're going to load this one onto your screen, your embroidery file. And we're going to stitch that out. And it says it's going to take us roughly 26 minutes. So we'll put our embroidery bobbin thread. Let's set out everything we need. So we have our felt. We have our top fabric all fused. We have our lollipop clear vinyl. And we have our glitter sheet. And before we forget, let's peel that clear layer off. So let's put our hoop in. Remember, that is your wash away stabilizer in there. We are going to start with black thread. It's going to be black because we are actually stitching our cut line right here. And if you do a different color thread, you're going to be able to see that, and you don't really want that. So black thread, and let's start. Ooh, gift pocket, here we come. So this is our felt placement line. So we're going to put our felt in, make sure everything is covered, and we're just going to press start. So we're going to pull this off the hoop, and we're going to cut this top triangle. And you don't have to go straight onto the stitch. If you go about 1/8 of an inch off of it, now mine looks a little bit rough. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. I know it's Halloween and it's supposed to be spooky and scary, but I don't think my seams are supposed to be that scary looking. Okay. I am happy with that. Okay, change your thread to white. Okay, your white tiny dots fabric. Cover it. You can see how it lines up. And let's stitch that down. Okay, let's change our thread. We are doing the candy first. So get your orange. So you're going to take this and you're going to go and you're going to iron over this. But don't forget, your iron cannot come into contact with your glitter sheet. So you do have to put a pressing cloth in between. Okay? So you're all pressed down. Time to change our thread. Light yellow. It is going to be tempting to put a dark yellow in there, but don't do it because you can see I did it, but that made my candy corns out of sequence. So use the light yellow. Okay, so there you can see all the places we stitched with the yellow. Now we are going to change our thread to the light purple. So there you can see the light purple. Now you're going to change your thread to the dark purple. So this is your purple that's stitched out. So now you're going to need your white because we are going to stitch our placement line and do our candy wrapper. So you've changed your thread to white and we're going to stitch our placement line. And we're going to put our clear vinyl right there. I do recommend a little piece of tape just to keep it from shifting. Okay, it is time to cut that out. So we're going to remove our tape. Now when you cut your vinyl, don't cut it too close to the stitch. Remember, it is a candy wrapper. It's okay for it to stick over the side. That, and I find the first go, if you leave more room than what you're comfortable with, it allows you to come back and smooth out any of those parts where you hear the snip. That part. It usually leaves a little bit of a sharp edge. That's not too bad. I'm happy with that. I got a little bit of good. Good, good, good. Okay. Our next color we need is black because it is time to do the Hocus Pocus. So that's it for the black. Now you're going to thread your machine with the gold. Okay, so the gold's done. Now you're going to thread your machine with the orange. Okay, there is that part done. We are really getting there. How are you guys making out? You're not getting frustrated and breaking your magic twig, are you? I hope not. I hope you guys are having fun. But yeah, this next part just requires us to do a little bit of cutting. So we are just gonna trim around. Now we are doing a satin stitch around the parts that we are cutting now. So trim close to your stitch. I cannot stress that enough. You don't want fibers peeking out from your satin stitch. So take the time and trim it close. Okay, now your instructions say to thread it with purple to go around the edge, as I did here with this one. But you know what? I'm a rebel. I'm going to do my satin stitch green. Have you picked a color? You could do orange. You could do any color that you choose. Let's see how my magic is right now. I've had a little chocolate, so let's see how I do. Hocus pocus. Wow, that was easy. Let's do that one more time. This time with the purple. So, hocus pocus. Boo! Well, there you have it. There it is, all done. Okay, we do have one more step, and this is going to involve your water-soluble bobbin. Yes, we want just the bobbin. So put that into your machine, because that is going to come in handy for our registration marks for when we put this on top of our back. So this allows us just to make the bobbin, the back stitching wet, and the top will come right off, and that will make it very easy for us to line it up. And there you can see they're just little marks. They are not big. And those will just show us exactly where to place. So you're just going to take your project out of the hoop. We are going to trim our stabilizer. Do not trim your felt, just your stabilizer. Okay, so this piece here, we are just going to set it to the side, because now we need to do the back part. And we're going to pull up this one, which is the back of the felt pocket. And you can see it there. And all that's going to do is that's going to stitch that out for us, just like that. That was a little fast, but you can see it's going to do a little quilting. And that is the part that I am going to do in green. So set to embroider. Ooh, don't forget to take your water-soluble bobbin out of there. You don't want to accidentally stitch all day with that one. Okay, let's stitch our stitch placement. Okay, you have 2 pieces of felt. One for the front and one for the back. Okay, match your bobbin thread to your top thread. Put your hoop in. And stitch away. Okay, so now we have to change our bobbin thread back to the water soluble. You can definitely feel the water soluble. It does feel very different in your hands than a normal thread. So I'm going to do some explaining. So in the instructions, she wants you to use pins to get the proper alignment. I am not going to do that. I'm going to line up, if you see right there, bring you in nice and close. There's the green registration mark, and there is the green at the top. So I'm going to line up that one. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to line up this one. I'm just going to eyeball. That to me looks pretty good. I'll throw some tape down on that. One more corner left, and you'll find too that when you get to this corner, it kind of lines itself up because we did a really good job with all those other corners. So we're just going to throw a little bit of tape on there just to keep it where we want it. So blacken the top, blacken your bobbin. And this time we are just connecting all those layers. It is just going to go around the outside, and then that project needs a little trimming, and then it's done. All right, everybody, get your twig. Are you ready? Stir the magic. Are you feeling it? Okay, here we go. Hocus pocus. Wow, my magic is getting good. Tape, hoop, trimmed, and it looks awesome. How about you guys? How is your project turned out? So we got 2 projects done. It is time for the last one. Okay, so we have our little baggie. We have our 5x7 hoop. This is your tote that is in your kit. And inside, when you unfold it, you are looking for this piece right here. So we're just going to put this tote to the side, and that is the piece we want to check our needle on. We have our sticky back hooped. Okay, so we have our leather, we have our wash away sticky back, we have it hooped. You're just going to take your old needle that you used for the other 2 projects, and you're just going to score the paper and then peel that away. That's the design that you're going to pull up. And that is the one that we are going to stitch out. So you can see it does the gold first, the purple, the ghost, and then the little eyes in the ghost's little smile. So that tells us first thing we thread our machine with is gold. So the first thing it's stitching is our placement. So now that we know that we need to center, there is two sides to this. So that is the smooth side. This is the porous, rougher side. This is our top. So we are just gonna find our center. And you can see it's right there, and it's right there. So we're gonna take our hoop, and we are just gonna line up there. And line up there. And it is nice and sticky, so it does stay. So, fingers crossed that this needle is working okay, because it will still look nice in the top and it can look monstrous underneath. So make sure that you just keep an eye on it. If you hear anything or you feel like something's off, stop and check it, because this is only for testing our needle on this material. Now I did stop it because I want to check it. And you're gonna see me do that quite a bit as I stitch this out, but as you can see, it's not bad. Make sure you stop yours too and check it often. And you can see that this time that needle worked out okay. So, oops, we are going to go ahead and change our thread to purple and see how that next step looks. Okay, so I had a small issue with this needle. I don't know if it's because I was going too fast. The design did slow itself down, but you can see it is stuck. I am actually gonna have to pop up my needle plate to get this off. It is a mess under there. I had a sneaky suspicion it was going to do this. For some reason, the last time too, when I did this needle, you see that? That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And you can see, look at the mess it made on there. And we're just going to wipe that all out. Because we don't want any mess. Look, that's quite a bit. I am not going to keep using that needle. I'm going to try the Microtex Sharp. I am going to go to my speed. And I'm just going to take my embroidery speed and I'm going to take it right down to 350. I am not going to try and save this piece, and please don't you either. If you are having a hard time getting yours to go, just move on to the next letter. It's very easy to jump around in a design if you have the baby locks. So we are not going to try to save the B. Okay. We're going to go straight to the O. So it's time to do a wellness check. We got some zigzag going on there. And you see that? What if I would have kept going? Because that looks pretty terrible. So I'm gonna, this time I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna up my tension by quite a bit. Yes, I am gonna trim this away. Now I jumped ahead by 30 stitches just so I'm not going over the same spot as before. Okay, it is time for a wellness check. And do you see that? That is actually pretty good. We are still in the front. I don't see any white in the front, but we are no longer looping in the bottom. Okay, so I have hooped another one with stabilizer with the sticky back, which is that one there. Paper side up. I'm going to peel it. Okay, so let's finish that off. Okay, return. Okay, so the very first thing we do is just like before, we need to get our position lined up for our tote. So I'm just going to set that down. I have my black in there and I'm just going to leave it in there. Okay, so now I'm going to need your attention over here for a little bit. So we're going to unfold our tote. Remember, you've laid it out. We are stitching on the rough side, okay? So the smooth side stays down. And we are going to mark up 3 inches, which is right there. I can see it pretty good. I don't know how well you can see my markings, but that is okay. We are going to take our hoop, and this is where you're going to have to think, because this is the part that attaches to the machine. So we want to take the biggest part of the tote and have it hanging off the left side of the machine. And then we're going to line it up like that. So I have my mark right there, and I have my mark right there. Everything is good. And I'm just gonna give that a good little rub to get that really to adhere. Then I'm gonna take it over to the machine. Okay, I kept it folded up so it stays small. I only have these flaps faced out. Okay, so she is saying tape it, tape it, tape it, so it can't come off. All right, so we are accordion folded. We are taped to stay in place. We are all the way down. And now you're gonna wanna open your baggie. And we are gonna get 1 layer of the wash away topping. Don't over touch this. Just from your hands, it will try to start to dissolve. So she did this solely for the purpose of the threads, to keep them from sinking into, because our tension is turned up pretty high. She just wants our projects to turn out really nice. So that's what that's all about. We have done our test run. We have a needle in that's working. Let's get our color in. And let's start. Okay. So I'm just doing a wellness check. And you know what? I like that. That is good to me. How are you guys doing? Everybody okay? I hope everyone's all right. So then we're just gonna tape down our foam. No need to take the hoop out, just leave it where it is and put your foam right over top. And then we're just gonna stitch again, just like before. Okay, so how is your stitching going? Mine is going pretty good. We are just gonna trim just the foam, not your topper, okay? Now we are satin stitching around these little guys, so trim it close. You don't want foam peeking out your satin stitch. It's okay, take the time to clean it up nice, right? Because if you're like me, this might be something that you give as a gift. It might be something that you're going to get out every year, and you want to feel good about what you have achieved. So now we're going to put this back on the machine, but you're going to be very careful because you do not want to pop your project out of the hoop. Okay, so now we're just going to stitch around where our velveteen is going to go, because our little ghosts are really soft and plushy like the velveteen. Okay, so your velveteen on top. It's trying to slide on me. It's not supposed to. Look how plushy they are. They're so cute. Okay, trim your velveteen, and now we are just doing a white satin stitch around all the ghosts. Okay, so while that is running, and it's gonna be spinning that web for a while, so I would like you guys to go and get your little piece of it's white fabric with white mini dots, with tiny dots, and we are actually going to cut this into 8 strips. So there's no need to get all caught up in your spells by trying to measure and do this and that, because we are going to be fraying these quite a bit, so it's okay if the line isn't straight. It's okay if they're not the same width. So you can get some tweezers out, or you can just do it yourself, and you're just gonna pull away a lot of it. Now remember, when things happen, don't panic. Just stay calm and keep moving on. Okay, so this is what we are trying to get. I know. All this for one cute little mummy. So it's pretty easy, but if you're first starting out, right, get some of the short ones off the top. And that leaves you just enough little bit of fringe where you can take them and just start pulling them away. But I do want to show you something. Look what I did. I picked green. I did. I know. The first one I did a white, and I was sad after because I just thought it was hiding. I can't help it. I always make her stuff the first time, just like she says, but then the second time, I can't help it. I have to do my own version. And I don't change anything else. The only thing I do is I like to use my color preference. I'm gonna pause that for a little bit because I think my embroidery arm is loose. It is loose. So keep an eye on yours. If you see any movement in that, snug it up. Absolutely. Okay, so I have my gray in because we are getting ready to do that cute little grandma. We are going to do her hair. So right now it's just stitching the placement, and then we are going to do this little gray piece of fabric that was in your little kit. So it is such a little piece of fabric, but this tiny little Grandma Ghost is kind of the star of the show. I know she was the reason why I wanted to do this kit. She is just too cute. Just doing a little decorative outline, and it's going to be stitching out her knitting needles. I don't know if you guys have looked close to see all the detail that has gone into this tote. There is a lot. Okay, so let's have a look. So you can see we did the eyes, we did the spectacles and the star. It's time to do Grandma's bun. So you're going to take your original embroidery bobbin thread out, and we are going to put in the water soluble. Change our thread to gray. We are almost done. Are you guys seeing it all come together yet? All right, water soluble bobbin thread, gray thread for the top. Now we're going to stitch the bun detail and the fringe. Now we have to take it out again, and we have to put our bobbin thread back in. Okay. So we stitch down the 5. We are going to pull away the topping. We are going to pull away the tape. And we're going to stitch the placement for the second layer of mummy wrap. So this time, our mummy wrap is going like that. I know she has some kind of bent out like that. So these ones don't go exactly on an angle. They kind of do their own thing. So we'll do our best to keep them where they should be, because we do want them to stitch down, right? Put some more topping over and stitch it down. Guys, we are done stitching. That is it. That is it for stitching. It has been so fun. Let's go see what we have created. Let's trim it up. Oh, he is just so cute. Now you're going to notice too that the one tail has been left long, and they did that on purpose. So that way you can see some of his mummy wrap is kind of taken off that way. Oh boy, is that not cute. That is so cute. So we're just gonna trim them up. Of course, this is a water-soluble stabilizer at the top, the topping. You just make it a little bit damp and it comes right off. Okay. Let's get it out of the hoop. It's done. There it is. So if you look and you put a little bit of water on the back, you can pull her fringe out because the water-soluble thread will just let everything go. And then, yeah, you will have absolutely an adorable tote. This was amazing. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. It really did teach you some new stuff. We do have lots of extra totes available in our store and on our website, so you can make some for everybody. And if you spend $100 in shop, there is the extra bonus CD that you would get with that for free. So a lot of you did. Thank you so much for supporting our little tiny family-owned store. I actually had a really great idea, and I am working on this already. Is I'm taking all these designs and I'm actually turning them into flags, and I'm gonna have flags all the way down my walkway as the kids come up to the door to do their trick-or-treating. How cute is that? I think that's amazing. My babies are too big to trick-or-treat, but we do still hand out candy, so that way that to me is something that everyone's gonna enjoy quite a bit. Anyway, it is 10 o'clock outside, and I'm sorry, but this witch has to fly because it is time. This is when I shine. That's right. So look up in the sky for me as I am out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Hocus pocus.